Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about SonarCube installation and Nexus installation as well as Jenkins installation. Today I will show you the manual process how to integrate Maven with Nexus and Maven with SonarCube. The SonarCube will use it for to check your code quality, and Nexus is to keep your artifacts in repository, to store artifacts in repository. So for that one I just created a AWS server with a T2 medium. So T2 medium is required at least 2 CPU, 4 GB memory. Like T2 small is not sufficient to run SonarCube. Okay, so to required SonarCube installation, we need Java. So prerequisite is Java. So now the Sonar latest version is Sonar 8. For that one Java 11 is required, and Sonar 7 Java 8 is required. Okay, so in this we will go to install latest SonarCube Sonar 8. So let me install first Java. Let me log in root. So in this server Java is not there because this is the fresh VM. I didn't install anything. Okay, now let me install Java 8. List repo Java 11. See, I'm going with this one. Install Java -y. So if you check Java version now, Java 11 is installed. You can install Java 8 also, like instead of here Java, it will show you the list of available versions. So I am trying to install OpenJDK D 8.6. Suppose if you want to install OpenJDK D level, this one, it will come up with the JDK and JRE. So let me install that one as well. Install package name, and if you didn't mention -y, it will it will ask. If you mention -y, it will didn't ask. Okay, now so currently by default whatever the version is there, that will be the default one. If you want to check if you want to change the version, so if you see Java F1 version, it will be 1.8. okay, the latest version it will be pick. So if you want to change the version 11 Java 11, there is a command alternatives -config Java. Natives -. It will update alternative config. Let me check with this one, this command. See, it will show you both versions. So if you want to give number 1, it will pick the latest Java version. See, now the latest version is Java 11. So now we are trying to install SonarQube. Okay, let me install SonarQube on this machine. SonarQube download. So I am going with official website, and I am going with community edition. So here it is a zip file. Okay, so I am cancelling this one. Just cancel. I just copy the link address. Okay, I am going with OPT folder, cd OPT, because it is a third party software. So I just installed in OPT folder, wget, and it is downloaded. Now SonarQube is zip file is downloaded. I am trying to unzip SonarQube. To unzip the command and file name. Okay, now this is the SonarQube file name. If you want, you can rename it Sonar 8. Okay, if you want, you can remove this file also. Okay, I just remove. Okay, now the first thing we need to do, this is with the downloaded as a root user, so everything it should be in root user only. If you go to SonarQube, it should be all in root user only. We need to change the permissions. It is not recommended to run Sonar as a root user. So internally it is uses to Elasticsearch. So I just, for that one, I used to change EC2 user for SonarQube 8. Okay, so let me change this version. Sonar h1 ec2 user, ec2 user. This is the group, and this is user and the group. Okay, so for everything it will be changed. See, now I have changed it to user. Okay, this is the next step we need to do. Once, if you see inside this also, sorry, everything should be in EC2 user only. Once that is done, we need to go to bin folder, and we need to check the what is the version. Okay, what is our server, and for that one uname -a. This is Linux 8.6, and this is the Linux server. We need to go to inside the Linux, and there is a sonar.sh. Okay, here we need to update the run as a EC2 user. Okay, whatever the user we are going to run, we just need to be updated here. Run as EC2 user, EC2-user. Okay, this is the user. By EC2 user we are running all the SonarQube. Okay, Now once this is done, we need to check the status also, like sonar dot status. Currently we didn't start, it is sonar cube is not running. Okay, so we need to start the sonar cube. Sonar cube is started. If you want to check the status, you can check the status. Sonar cube is running. Okay, now this sonar cube by default it is running on port 9000. Okay, so I already opened sonar cube port. If you want, you can check under security groups. So while creating the EC2 instance, I just opened the port number under security groups. See, if you want to see the inbound rules, I just opened port 9000. Okay, so now take the public IP of the server and IP address. Okay, so by default username and password is admin. So it will ask you the default username for sonar is admin. Okay, admin. If you want to updated the password, you can updated the password as well. I just keep it as admin 123 as a new password. I just updated the password. Okay, this is the home page of sonar cube. Okay, here we have created our quality profiles, our own quality profiles, and quality gates. Quality gates is like conditions. You can write your own quality gates of your projects, and you can apply. If you go to here, you can give a new name, anything like sample. Suppose I am saving sample 1. If you want to create, you can create, and you can provide the conditions like add the conditions. If it is a new code, so how much condition cover and condition to cover coverage, line covers, and the value is how much values you wanted to add. Like this you can update your thing. Okay, the value. Okay, I am just deleting this one. And quality gates we have added to quality profiles. Okay, the sonar cube is supported also with Java, Python, C#, and Go language, Node.js. All these things it will be supported. Okay, not only Maven and all, it will support everything. So once that is done installation, we just need to be create a token. So for create the token, we just need to go to my account. Okay, and under security, generate token. So I am giving token name, any name you can give, it will be generated project. Okay, I am giving Spring Boot. So the Spring Boot token is generated. You just copy this one and keep it with somewhere. Okay, this token is required while integrating Maven with the sonar cube. That time it will be working as a login. Okay, it will working as a login user. So this is the way we can like this we can able to create sonar cube. We can install like this. Okay, now let me install Apache Maven and we are trying to integrate with Apache Maven with SonarQube. Okay, currently there is no Apache Maven installed in this server. Let me clear this. MVN -hyphen version. Okay, Apache is not there. I'm just going to opt folder, and I'm trying to install Apache Maven. Apache Maven download. Okay, I'm taking the tar file. I'm just copying the link address. I'm just doing duplicate. It will be downloaded. So this one I just untar it for the command is tar -xvf and Apache Maven. So it will be untarred, and this is the file. I just renamed this file to Apache Maven. Just Maven 3. So I'm just removing this tar file. So if you just simply install, it will not show you the version. Just we need to update path of Maven 3. Okay, for that one I'm going to cd Maven and bin folder. Okay, so here the startup files will be available in Maven. Okay, so I'm just updating the path. I'm exporting the path. Okay, then only Maven will be available. So vi root, so under bash rc bash, I'm just copying current path. This path we need to be updated. Okay, slash root slash bash rc. Okay, if you scroll down, I'm just exporting the path equal to $path colon, this is the path, Maven path. Okay, so we can access Maven from anywhere. If you once this is updated, you need to do source bash rc. It will be restarted. If you try to do now, it will be show you the Maven version. So currently Maven version is 3.6.3. Okay, now this is also done. Okay, now everything is done. We just going to I'm creating one folder, cd home. Okay, I'm just creating a Maven project. cd Maven project. Okay, so I just to clone the repository from GitHub. Currently Git is not available in this system, so let me install Git in this system. Install Git. So now if you check Git version, it will be available Git version. Okay, so this is my GitHub repository. There is a Spring Boot application, so I just clone into my local. So for that initially we just use git clone. So now Spring Boot project is there. I am just going to Spring Boot CI/CD. So here Maven, this is Maven project. So in Maven project, it's purely depends on form files. So form is nothing but project object model. Here uh, it will be contain group ID, artifact ID, versioning, dependencies, plugins. So everything it should be under form.xml. Okay. Currently there is no target folder. When you give mvn clean install, it will be generated the target folder. So there is a Maven life cycle. It will be follow the step by step. Okay. For that, I am just giving mvn clean install. So it will be taking the plugins, and it will download the all the Maven plugins, and it will be generated the project here. Okay. It will be generated the target classes, everything. Initially it will take some time to update this plugin, to download all the plugins from central repository to local repository. There are three types of repository: one is central, and one is remote, and one is local repository. Okay. The local repository means it's a .m2 folder, and the central repository means it will be available over the internet, and remote repository is like a central repository only. It is specific to organizations. Okay. Now my build is success. Okay. If you see, now the target folder is generated. Inside the target, all the classes and everything it will be available, like classes generated, sources, everything. Okay. So under this form file, we just need to be added the plugin. So Maven SonarQube plugin we need to be updated. Okay. Let me add the plugin Maven Sonar integration. So to analysis your source code, we just need to add this plugin. Okay. Under build session. Okay. I'm just taking already plugins, so I just using only this plugin, Sonar Arg Maven, and Sonar Maven plugin. So this plugin we need to update it under the form files. Okay. Under this session, under build session, plugins, plugin, and plugin we just need to be added. I'm just insert mode. I just pasted the plugin. So you can check the version of this plugin, so you can update it as per latest also, and that is not an issue. Okay. If you want to check that version, and you can check the version as well. Maven repository.com. So here it will be show you the list of plugins and their versions. Okay. Let me check that Sonar Maven plugin version. So see, SonarQube scanner for Maven. The latest version is 3.8, so I just currently using 3.4. okay, now if you make any changes under the form file, you just need to provide the again you need to build the project. Okay, for that mvn clean install I'm just doing. It will, when you give clean, it will be delete the target folder and it will be installed freshly. So this time it is not taking that much time. Already dependencies are available in our local. Okay, so it will build it executed fastly. Okay, once this is done, we need to be provided the sonar to generate the project. Okay, for that one our command is just copying this one. So mvn sonar sonar -d sonar dot host url. The sonar host url we just need to be copy here. Just closing this one, closing this one. So our sonar this is the IP. Okay, and this is the login. So we generated the token, right? This is the token for that one. Okay, just copy. And sonar java binaries. Okay, under target session, um, if you try up to here, it will be failed. So it will ask some java binaries. Okay, we are trying to do generate the, so we are trying to check our quality, uh, code quality. Okay, for that one I'm just using mvn sonar sonar hyphen, this is the url, and login name. Okay, let me try to build with this one. So now build is success. Okay, if you go to here under projects, so our project is this is the project name. Okay, spring boot project, it is passed. Okay, so it will be pick automatically like targets under classes java binaries, no need to mention. If you provide like this also, it's not a problem. Sometimes if build is failed, so that time it will be looking for java binaries. Okay, so when build is success, then only we will push to we will push this artifact to nexus. If build is failed, we are sending report to respective teams. Okay, here everything is good, new, there is no zero bugs and zero vulnerabilities, zero security host, and everything. Okay, if everything is good, it is overall we are overall code is good. Okay, bugs, vulnerabilities, and these conditions we are discussing with developer, and based on that we will check on this one. Okay, suppose my build is failed. Okay, my build is failed. Let me go to src, under src main java hello, suppose application.java something I'm trying to make some changes. Okay, suppose I just wanted to fail my build. Okay, I just giving small s instead of capital S, and I saved it, and I'm trying to give ambient clean. So I'm trying to give again build clean install. So it will be failed. So something error is there. So just we need to fix that error. DSRC main DSRC main Java hello here application.java. I just change this is syntax error. So if any errors in application level or code or it build will be failed. So based on if build will fail, we just send that report to our respective team regarding the same. Okay, so now we are trying to make build success again. Ambient clean install. Okay, this is the manually we are doing, like we are sending report to Nexus. Okay, this is the integration of Nexus with Maven. Okay, Maven integrated with Nexus. Okay, like this we have to do. Now we are trying to integrate Maven with Nexus. So whatever the build it is generated, whatever the target file, var file it is generated from here, this jar file, jar or var, this file we need to push to Nexus. Okay, now I am trying to install Nexus on this server. cd opt. Currently Nexus is not there, so let me install the Nexus on this one. Nexus download. So I am trying to install the Nexus from tar file. Okay, these are the command. So already Java is there, everything is there. So I'm just downloading the Nexus tar file. Okay, cd opt. Nexus is not there. So now Nexus star is there. So for I'm just untarring this one. For that command is tar -xvf Nexus. So it will be generated two folders. Okay, one is Nexus and Sona type Nexus work. Okay, so I'm just removing this tar file and sorry tar the zip file. So I'm just changing the ownership of this one, because it is not recommended to run Nexus as root user. Okay, for that one I am using ch1-r is I am running EC2 user. R is like recursive. Okay, EC2-user and Nexus 3 and Sonatype Nexus as well. Okay, now it will be changed to EC2 user for all the folders inside. Okay, it should be updated all these things. Okay, if you come up Sonatype Nexus also, it will be the same. Okay, it should be Nexus 3. Okay, now if we back and we need to go to Nexus 3 under bin, there is a Nexus RC, this file. So we have to make which user you are going to be run. See here Nexus run as a EC2 user. So I am updating the username here, EC2-user. Okay, we just installed Nexus and the user is EC2 user. Okay, once that is done, you just need to check the status of Nexus status. Nexus is currently stopped. Okay, we just need to start the Nexus is running. If you check the status, it is running. Okay, Nexus by default it is running on port 8081. Okay, you can in the current server I already opened the port while creating the server. Okay, so if you want you can check the status as well. Okay, see 8081 already opened the port. Okay, now we need to take the IP. The IP is this is the IP of our server, and I just giving 8081. So now the once IP with 8081, the Nexus port it is running on 8081. So we just need to be sign in. Okay, by default username is admin and the password is located under this location. You just need to cat and it will be showing it will generate the password. This is the password. You just take this password and paste it here, and it will open you the prompt. So if you want you can check, you can reset your password, and I am enabling any anonymous access or disabling anonymous. I am just disabling anonymous. Everyone need to be connected with username and password of this server. Okay, I just finished this one. Okay, once everything is, this is the home page of Nexus. So here in this Nexus repository you can save you can keep any repositories like Nexus Maven repositories like Docker images, everything you can keep it under Nexus. Okay, for this one if you go to settings and here repositories is there. So under repositories, so it will be showing the Maven repositories and Maven snapshots. So Maven release and Maven snapshot, I just copying these two, it will be required while integration with Maven and um Nexus. So whatever target, whatever the file it will be generated, whatever the under target jar or var file, we just need to keep it under here. Okay, for that one I just need it to here. I need to copy these two things here. Okay, so we need to updated the dependencies under the form.xml. Okay, so if you're trying to deploy whatever the jar file you generated, right, if you're trying to deploy the jar file, cd home maven project, under maven project, this project target, if you're trying to deploy this jar file, it will be fail. Let me try maven deploy. So it will be fail. Okay, for that one we need to provided dependency details like everything. So let me do that one. So if you go to form file, vn deploy, so it looking for distribution management. Okay, so this build failed, deployment failed, the repository element was not specified under form inside the distribution element. So let me updated those details here. Maven Nexus repository. Okay, so let me close all these things and I will show you the distributions. Okay, Maven distribution. Nexus Maven. Maven artifacts. So we need to just take that repository details. So we need to added this distribution management under form.xml file. So where is our snapshot URL and the ID and password. Okay, here I just taking this username and password. So here Nexus snapshot, instead of Nexus snapshot I just using Maven snapshot. Okay, I just using Maven. Here snapshot, instead of this one I just using repository, snapshot repository. I just otherwise release repository. Okay, I just using repositories here. So there are two types of repositories, one is snapshot and one is release. So to differentiate that one, so here maven snapshots, wherever snapshots is there, so this is the URL, maven snapshots. Okay, this is maven snapshots and maven releases. So here also maven releases, I just updating maven releases. So these things we need to update it under form file. So under this form file we just need to update it after version. After version I just I think it is not copied yet. Let me copy this one. So it should be added here, repositories. If you want you can change it to maven repository and maven snapshots, snapshot repository or maven repository. I just keep it repository. There are two types I told you, na, just distributions. Okay, now if you trying to give the mvn clean install, so if anything changes it will be you need to do the same thing. Something it is failing, could not find project one home ground repositories. So I think this is the error in syntax, so we just need to fix that one. Okay, we XML check mode distributions, snapshot under this one is open, this one is closed. Okay, then repositories, this is open, maven releases, so I just change to instead of repositories and just try to repository. Let me build it again. I think this time it will be success. Okay, now build is success. If you trying to do ambient deploy, it will be fail again because we didn't mention the username and password. This is unauthorized. Okay, so we need to provide the Maven configuration file for this Nexus username and password. Okay, whatever we generated the username and password, we just need to update it under the server. Okay, for that one, let me go to opt Maven folder, cd opt Maven 3 and the configuration file. Under here settings.xml is there, the settings.xml. so if you see that we need to provide the username and user id and password. So wherever server path is there, I think server entity, just we need to update it here, repository profile. So here under here just we need to added our entries here. Okay, so we have two, right? One is a snapshot one, another one is repository. Okay, for this is the id, for this snapshot id I'm just giving same name, same id. Okay, and for Maven releases, this is the id and the username is admin. Admin, and the password I kept is admin123. Same here, the user is admin and admin123. To integrate Maven with Nexus, we need to provide the Nexus username and password. So whatever initially we generated, so we have to update it under this location. Okay, so I am just adding two entries here. So if you go back and try to do ambient deploy now, it should be. So once if anything changes under the Maven, we just need to restart it, Apache Maven. Okay, let me do that one. Still it is getting unauthorized. Let me fix this issue. So after that, just we'll do mvn clean install, then we'll try. just MVN deploy. Let me fix this in offline. I just added the repository in the settings.xml. So I just added inside the comments the username and password. That's why it is not picking up that username and password. The ID should be same with server ID and snapshot repository and repository of this ID. Okay, this is need to be same. Okay, let me do that now. Let me get now MVN deploy. Let me try to deploy now. Hope this time it will be getting success. See, now it is success. If you go to that repository like in the Nexus, so if you go to here, sorry, repository home page, build is success. Now it need to be show here. Repositories, under Maven repository, let me quickly check in offline. See, now it will be available under browser. Just now we are into setting start, that's why it is not showing. So we need to come to browser server, and the browser it will be updated this one. Okay, just scroll coming up the browser, and there is Maven release and Maven snapshot. Okay, if you come to Maven release, it will be available this version. To just if so, see, if you want to change the version, okay, suppose I just change the form.xml version, 0.0 instead of 0.1, I just giving 0.2. I'm just changing the version. Okay, this is the main version and this is minor version. So anything, if we didn't mention the snapshot here, it should be repository like Maven release version. Okay, if you mention that snapshot, it should be snapshot version. Okay, let me do Maven clean or Maven deploy directly. Maven clean install, or you can give directly Maven deploy. It will deploy to Nexus server. Now we are trying to deploy the latest version of the jar or war file. Okay, now build is success. If you go to here and if you try to browse, and there is another version also, it should be available. Okay, this is release version. Okay, suppose I am just changing the snapshot version. For that, let me edit the form file. Sorry, va form.xml. Suppose I just wanted to, this should be a snapshot version. Okay, I'm just giving icon snapshot. So if you give like this, if you're trying to deploy MVN deploy, this should be considered as a snapshot. if you didn't mention anything. Okay, so snapshot is nothing but it should be still in active development. So whatever the development, still it should be in development phase only, so that's why we are giving snapshot. Okay, and if you check that the version, if you go to browse, here it will be showing that snapshot one. Okay, same like if you want to change the version also under the form file, if I want to change the another, there is another snapshot release like smaller minor release anything, so you just wanted to change, and you can deploy mvn deploy, you can build, and you can generate the report. If build is success, you need to deploy. If build fail, we need to send out the report. See, if you go to here, if you go back, and if you want to see snapshot, there is a minor version 0.1.1. okay, if you want this version also it should be available. Like this we need to integrate it with maven with nexus, and maven with SonarQube. Okay, let me show you quickly Jenkins installation on the server. Okay, let me install Jenkins, the same server. I will show you integration. This is the manual process. I'll show you the integration process, how we are when you make the changes in the GitHub directly, how we make the pipeline need to trigger. Okay, Jenkins repo. So let me quickly install Jenkins on this machine. Yum install Jenkins. So Jenkins is running on port 8080. So already I have opened port 8080 on this server, on this security groups. See, port 8080 already open. You need to take the IP, and you need to provide 8080 port, and it will be prompt you the admin password. You need to give. Once that is done, it will be opening the Jenkins UI page. Sorry. If you want to check the status, Jenkins status, just install it. We didn't started it. Okay, still should be inactive. If you want to start, you can start. Now Jenkins is started. If you want to check the status, now it is working. Okay, now that take the IP of the server, just take this IP and port 8080, port 8080. So it will prompt you the admin password. service Jenkins status. It should be active. Let me restart that one. Started Jenkins. Sorry, I just taken the Nexus IP. Let me go to here. Alternative hyphen config Java. Let me Java 8 and service Jenkins restart. So the Java is previously Java 11, so I just change it to Java 8. And it will prompt you the admin password location. I just cat and I taken this password. I selected the install suggested plugin. So this will take you some time to updated all these plugins. I just passed some time. It is just taking some time, right? So I just passing the video. So this is the Jenkins home page. So Jenkins port number is 8080. So I will show you the next classes, like how to create a job and how to integrate it with the Nexus Sonar Cube.